Hey everybody, welcome back to another one of my videos that continue to degrade in quality. Today we'll be taking a look at what is considered one of the worst legends ever. Fuck. But as I was saying, today we'll be taking a look at one of the Marvel Legends that the world has not been kind to, the Anialus Wave Ultimate Iron Man. Now I'm not sure if it's just nostalgia or what, but I don't get why people hate him. They treat him like he's the worst thing ever when there are obviously much worse things, like pretty much all the female legends, and let's see here, something else. Toad from Wave 1 of Toy Biz. A lot of Toy Biz ones are actually pretty crap. But I don't understand why everyone hates him so much. I actually rather like him. Because, he's got this nice chrome and a removable helmet that has a head that may or may not be too small. But yes, I do know of the problems with it. I am aware of it, such as inconsistent paint job along the arms where everything else is chromed, but the shoulders and forearm blasters are not, and the uneven legs. But other than that, let's get into articulation. His head goes down about that far. Same with the helmet off. Up that far, since it's on a ball joint, it can go 360. His arm can rotate, go up about that far. He's got a swivel at the shoulder, double jointed elbow, which gets a pretty nice bend, a sort of wrist swivel, and a hinge at the hand, which I wish they sculpted these hands a bit better. Like, maybe as one of the other figures I'll be showing in the comparison. Let's get back to it. It goes back about that far, forward about that far, which is probably one of my biggest complaints about him, is his waist, because he can't bend back and forward that far. Swivel at the waist. Leg can go up about that far, not back very far. Out, swivel, and again, a very nice double joint. And he's got a hinge at the foot, but this guard covers it up, but it's not all that bad. So anyway, let's get into comparison. Starting off our comparisons, we have the Toy Biz Wave 1 Iron Man, which is a fairly nice people. I've heard plenty of people say they like it, and I like it. But when you compare the two, the Toy Biz one is arguably worse in design, because he's got these awkward looking limbs, and he just looks a lot stranger than when compared to the Ultimate Iron Man that everybody hates. Next we have my spare Galactus Wave War Machine, which, even though it uses pretty much the same body as the Toy Biz Iron Man that I literally spoke about, I think the awkward proportions are a bit better on War Machine. I'm not sure what it is, if it's the modified limbs and the armor on top, but it just makes him feel bulkier and it just looks right. Other than that, I think the War Machine is good. And finally, we have the Marvel Legends Ares Wave Heroes Reborn Iron Man, which not a lot of people talk about for some reason. Like, he's an okay figure, but you'd think since he's such a weird choice, he'd be talked about a lot more than Ultimate Iron Man. But I'm not so sure. So now for final thoughts. Overall, I don't think the Ultimate Iron Man is the worst. I think he's a very serviceable early Hasbro Marvel Legends figure. Nowadays, yeah, he's definitely a bit dated, but compared to some of the other stuff they were putting out at the time, I say he was one of the better figures. And because of the fact that nobody likes it for some reason, he's fairly cheap. So yeah, I say if you can find him, go ahead and get him. This has been my review of him.